Yo, so it's so crazy how there's these weirdos out there that love them some Asta from Black Clover. They fan over him even after all the years of all the hate that he got and all of the slander. He sucks, he's loud, he's a ripoff of Naruto. Like, they stan him. That's me. I'm weirdos. Let's talk about the hate that Asta from Black Clover has gotten and still gets to this day.
I say we gon' do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move.
That's how it be though. So that Black Clover greatness, Asta, one of the things that still to this day goes on with the fandom is, and especially it comes from the My Hero Academia fandom, no doubt about it. People shit all over him as a main character. They say that he's trash, he's a ripoff of Naruto, he's loud as hell, they can't stand his voice, which, don't get me wrong, anime-wise, let's talk about that. Anime-wise, Asta, in the beginning, like the first, I want to say 10 episodes, 5 or 10 episodes, Asta's voice was garbage. The way they had that voice actor yelling every 5 seconds, I think after a certain point, they even made an in-canon joke about like, yo, he's always yelling. I think he says like, oh my god, I'm always yelling and annoying or some shit like that. So it was horrible. Like, there's no denying that the beginning of Black Clover, again, I want to say the first 10 before they finally went in and the director was like, shut up, Asta, just stop yelling, okay, just stop. We're on episode, what, at this particular point, we're like 130 episodes, 100, there's a lot of episodes of Black Clover. And not to mention, the manga never had voice. Like, you never heard Asta's voice in the manga, just saying. Which above all else, manga over anime for Black Clover all day, every day, especially Monday through Sunday. So again, the whole vocal thing, that is a dub at this particular point. You can't use that argument because he hasn't been annoying like that since the first early on episodes, and that's over with. Like, his voice is fine in the anime, you never heard his voice in the manga, obviously, and overall it's obsolete for that point. Next up with the whole he's a ripoff of Naruto. Well, one of the things that we recently found out in the last, what, 20, 30 chapters of Black Clover, no, even less than that, is that the inner demon, which people would compare like that, him having a demon inside of his grimoire or whatever, is similar to Naruto having Kurama. Well, one of the things with Kurama was that he was part of the nine-tailed beast. He was the nine-tailed fox, right? He was nine-tailed demon. He was legendary. Like, every village in the world, the shinobi world, wanted that freaking beast for themselves. He was a power, a force to be reckoned with. Hell, when he was summoned by Obito way back in the day, he started a whole big deal in a war and all sorts of shit, responsible for the death of the 4th Hokage and his wife, everything, right? Difference between Asta's demon, devil, whatever you want to call it, and Kurama is that according to what we found out from Lucifer, another devil, is seemingly Asta's devil is a scrub and a nobody. His magic is unimpressive. The ability to make magic obsolete or whatever, anti-magic, is like, he's a scrub. So while, yeah, you could argue there's influence, which there's been time and time again, you know, Goku going Uzaru, that whole element itself has been done over and over, Bleach, Hollow, all of that shit, but it's different. Asta's devil is not really like a notorious, incredible thing that, you know, a force that nobody could control. Like, he's seemingly, from what we've seen, a asshole, but unknown and seemingly weak, and similar to his you know, counterpart Asta, they're both scrubs that have worked their way up. Because of course, as things progress with the arc we're in right now with the Dark Triad, his name and his notoriety is going to continue going up in the Devil World, similar to Asta's name going up in the regular world, which again is very different from Kurama being a legendary fox. Like, yeah, you could argue that Asta himself has that rags to riches story, which again, I didn't know that Naruto created the rags to riches story. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Naruto and I love him as a character, but he didn't create that, no. Also, the very first times that Asta has tapped into his demon's power, right? Like, aside from the latest stuff that just happened where he finally lost control, but very first time when he used his black power, he kept control of himself. It wasn't like anything different. It was just like, oh shit, I got this ability, what the hell? He didn't lose sanity or anything like that. Naruto from jump, whenever he would get a little leak of Kurama's chakra, would go berserk. yeah, that doesn't happen till later in very recent chapters of Black Clover, where it was finally overwhelming for Asta and he just turned into a ravaging beast. Which again, Naruto didn't invent that either, that trope that's been around. Gotta keep going back to Dragon Ball Z, Uzaru. In case you don't know, that means great ape. So the whole copying Naruto thing, yeah, you could argue Naruto and Fairy Tail to a certain degree was a template for Black Clover, for Asta, but again, he's shed his layers of, you know what I'm saying? He's like a snake that has shed his skin and has transformed into just the series as a whole. Not only Asta, but the series as a whole has transformed from what it started off using the skeleton and the blueprints of its predecessors and has made its own way. And if we're going even further into the whole copying Naruto thing, while yeah, they were both orphans, Asta and Naruto, the difference more so was like Asta was notoriously from a very poor village, and one of the things is he wanted to show like, yo, even if you from the ghetto, even if you from the slums, you could still be something. And that wasn't quite the case with Naruto. He was more so just like, I want you guys to recognize me and stop hating me. Like Asta, I don't think he really cared that people hated him so much, more so on a royalty, like, hey, why are you discriminating, why are you prejudiced against us? So that's another difference. Another thing they hated is his rivalry with Yuno, again, which it kind of always goes back to Naruto for whatever reason. They say, hey, that was similar to Naruto and Sasuke's relationship, Naruto and Sasuke's rivalry, which again, Naruto didn't create rivalries. Where's Goku and Vegeta at? And the difference between Asta and Yuno's rivalry versus Naruto and Sasuke's rivalry is throughout the entirety of the series until the last chapter where Sasuke finally had that change of heart after getting his ass whipped by Naruto, Sasuke kind of like resented Naruto. Like, yeah, he had some brotherly love for him for a certain point during the Zabuza shit. He jumped in front of him, whatever. But for the most part, he treated him like shit, didn't really care. Their rivalry is more so like, hey, I'm gonna be better than you. Nah, bro, I'm gonna do it. Like, yeah, there's a little sarcasm from Yuno, but Yuno's character opposed to Sasuke, like Sasuke was an avenger, he was angry, he was hateful for all of his past. Yuno, up until now, didn't even really know his past. He just knew, hey, I'm an orphan, hey, he's an orphan, we're kind of like brothers, let's have a friendly rivalry to see who becomes the Hokage or the Wizard King. And that was not the case at all for Naruto and Sasuke, again, until like the very end when Sasuke suddenly said, yo fam, I know I never said it before, but I just gotta say it right now, fam. I'm gonna be Hokage. I don't know why I just turned Sasuke into like some OG pimp sounding motherfucker, but Asta has time and time again proven to be an awesome character. His abilities, his ability to overcome the odds, him standing up for, you know, injustices and honestly certain social issues of like prejudice, like, oh, just because you got money, you think you better than me, I'm gonna show all of you royals. And he succeeded in showing the royals like, yo, it don't matter if I'm from some slum in the middle of nowhere, we can still be better than you. And that's a powerful thing. And to this particular point, to Asta's credit, Yuki Tabata himself has really formed a path and changed a lot of people's perception. Don't get me wrong, there's still gonna be hate. Again, I don't know, for whatever reason, the My Hero Academia fandom always want to come at Black Clover. It's like, fam, we ain't bothering you hero motherfuckers. Why you want to bother us magical motherfuckers, right? But Asta, such an awesome character. No magic, and still to this particular point showing time and time again that even when they're prejudiced against you, even when they treat you like shit, you can always overcome the odds with hard work. And again, yeah, you can say that that's a value that was inspired from Naruto, but Black Clover does it incredible. Black Clover and Asta as a character has time and time again, whether it used elements from Naruto, but it's done a lot of those elements a bit better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Black Clover is better than Naruto. I will tell you right now, I prefer Naruto over Black Clover, but I really love Black Clover, and Black Clover is greatness too. Curious what you guys think up until this point. Do you hate Asta and Black Clover? Do you love Asta and Black Clover? Why? Give me that reason. Do you still stand by, if you're one of those haters, is it because of his voice from the first handful or so of episodes? Like, that's not the case anymore. He's not screaming, and you don't have to watch the anime. The manga's way better. Is it because he's copying this, that, and the third, despite some of the copied elements were done better, or some of it grew out of that and he actually turned into his own thing? Because yeah, it's changed. Black Clover's come a long way. Asta as a character has come a long way, and at this particular point, the hate against the series and the character is unjustified. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and shout out to Asta and that Black Clover greatness.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go, admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace.